Hi, and welcome to December 2023 Patreon rewards video. So let's get started. So there's been a few things that have been going on this month. One of the big things that happened this month was that my job gave me a work computer. It was an option for the last 2 years that I didn't take advantage of because I was using my Wacom Cintiq companion to work, except that my companion just wasn't up to the challenge. For 2 years working on it, the battery in the companion got pregnant and it pushed the screen up, and I got to replace it. And I bought the replacement battery, and I haven't done the replacement because I don't want to go through the process of opening up that darn Cintiq. So I asked work to give me a computer to work on so that I wouldn't use my PC, because I didn't want to use my PC, my home PC, to work on studio stuff. So they gave me a PC, and that took a long time to set up. There was a lot of problems getting it all to work. There were some incompatibility things going on, but I got it working with my own work Cintiq, my Cintiq, my personal Cintiq. So that was a big thing. So that took up a lot of my extra time. Whenever I had any downtime, I was trying to put the work computer together. So the other thing that happened was that I finished everything. So I want to show you what I actually got some work done, personal work done, because I actually finished up all the things that I needed to finish. So here I'm going to show you what I did this month. So it isn't a lot, but it's the beginning of something that I'm actually doing stuff finally, right? That's the point. So here is a picture of my notebook. Where's my notebook? Here it is. So this is my notebook. This is the notebooks that I use for work and for sketching in and stuff. So it's just like a regular line notebook, and then I put my notes when I get revision notes. You see, look how much stuff is in. These are the revision notes for work. Like, right? Like, I get into I pitch stuff, and this is what they tell me I need to fix. So it's like it's just pages and pages and pages. So what I did was I scanned. So I started having enough time to work on the storyboard for my wife's project, for my wife's novel. Like she had a Patreon campaign where she was raising money to be able to contribute to pay a script writer to write the script for a movie version of her novel that is in production right now. They're looking for a writer to make an adaptation of the script, and she's a producer. So she just needed to raise some money so that she and the other producers can contribute to give to a script writer. And one of the rewards was a storyboard of an action sequence of her novel. So I have to execute said storyboard chunk, right? And so I started it this month, and so this is the process that I did. I sat, and usually you've seen me do comic thumbnails, and I just share my comic book thumbnails. This is the same thing, only I did it on paper because that's the way I've always traditionally done it. And the other reason I did it on paper was because I could go anywhere and then just sit and draw. One of the things that happened was I wanted to do this. I wanted to sit down and just kind of brainstorm. It took 2 days to do this, by the way. I sat down on the couch because I thought like if I sit down on the couch, nobody's home, right? It's all quiet. I'm going to sit on the couch. I'm going to relax. I'm just going to brainstorm shots. And then Tinkles the cat, one of the 3 cats that we own, decides he wants to sit on my lap and get pet. And would put his little claws in my leg as I pet him, and he would just keep sticking his little claws on my legs when I pet him, and he wouldn't let me stop petting him, and I couldn't work. Like, he just wouldn't let me stop petting him, and he would stick his claws in my legs when I was petting him. It was just, and then he moved out of the way, and then I put my blanket on my legs so that when he was on my legs, he wouldn't stick his claws in, and then he would get on my lap, and he wouldn't leave me alone. Like, good 30 minutes of me, okay, are you done? Are you done? I pet you. He wouldn't leave me alone. So I had to do the thing that I didn't want to do, was hold up in my room, and I sat down on my bed and did the thumbnails. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to be somewhere a little bit that wasn't my bedroom. It was so annoying. But anyway, I did do it. Like I said, it took 2 days to rough out. It was really difficult because I was so burned out. I was procrastinating. I was playing video. I was just like doing anything rather than what I ought to do because I was so burned out. I didn't want to work anymore, right? But I forced myself to do it. I got it thumbnailed out. So I am showing you my thumbnails, even though there's nothing really all that exciting about them. Like, there's just, so I'm sharing these thumbnails because this is something that I actually took time to think about and do and work out. And I don't know if any of this even looks like anything to you, but I just wanted to share that I did work, and I did work. I did the work. Okay. All right. And here is the postcard for the month. So here's I did a slug cat from Rain World. So so here's everybody. Everybody gets a copy of this postcard, but Andy Manley gets the actual postcard. So I'm going to send him the postcard. Andy is a friend of mine, actually. I actually work with him. So he's a sweetheart. I love the guy. So I'm glad that I could give Andy my little postcard here. And thank you, Andy, for supporting me, man. I appreciate it. So yeah, he gets my my slug cat. I don't even know if he likes the slug cat. I don't know. I'll have to ask him if he even plays the game. But yeah, so that's the slug cat. If you want to know more about the slug cat, there is a whole video of me when I was painting this, and I talk about it, and then you can see the video game from where the slug cat's from. Yeah, so that's this month's postcard. All right. And finally, okay, so this is what I've been working on for months and months and months and months. So I did this Magic the Gathering piece, right? Like, so this was for a friend of mine. This guy over here. I play Magic with him, so we have Magic nights. And everybody, I've met everybody. I've met him. I haven't met him. Tony was the one that started the whole Magic the Gathering nights thing. So he's a friend of mine. And then he introduced me to James. And I've met him. So I've met 1, 2, 3 of the people in here that I didn't know. And then I know these 2 guys already. So basically it's for his groomsmen. He's going to get married. He wanted to do Magic cards for them. And he wanted them all to connect. So it was all one piece, but it's also separate Magic cards. And there's some inside jokes in here and stuff like that. So yes, I did this painting, but for example, this is straight. I took a magic card and I modified it because the guy looks so much like Tom Bombadil in the Tom Bombadil card that I basically just used the Tom Bombadil card and repainted over it and adjusted it and made it look more like the guy. This background here is from a magic card, another magic card. I just morphed it and plugged it in here because James asked me to have it take place in this location. So instead of redrawing the location, at least this area of this section of the location, I just used the actual painting. So in order in previous post in previous videos, you saw the rough. Like I showed you the rough, the way that I roughed out the whole thing, what I was intending to do. So this process, I don't know how interested you might be in it, but I did. This is like similar to the Conan video that I did where he was fighting that serpent. I used a similar process to that, by which I mean that I used some AI assets that I generated from my roughs. So I would take a rough, my rough drawing, and then I would feed it into the AI image generator, and they'd give me a variation, a cleaner, tighter, finished version of my rough, right? Something like it would try to reinterpret what I drew into something that looked like what it thought I drew. So I did that, like I did like at least 10 of each of these, like 10 of these, 10 of these, 10 of these, 10 of these, 10 of this, 10 of these, not this guy. This was taken off a magic card. So, and then I found pieces and bits that I liked, or I found a version that was like close enough to what I wanted, right? And then I brought it into Clip Studio. I masked it off, and then I had a photo of everybody, so I knew what they would look like. And some of the photos I was able to use for the face, like I used the photo. I used straight the photo off of this. I used the photo straight off of this. I used the photo right here. But him, I didn't have a photo that fit, so I drew the face from scratch. With this guy, I drew the face from scratch. From him, I drew the face from scratch. And with him, I actually modified the painting so it actually looked like the person. So, so these are modified photos. Like these are because I wanted to get the likenesses. So I married the photos with some of the AI stuff. Of course, all the hands had to be repainted, redone. Also, some of I couldn't use all of the AI stuff. Like you would see, like there's just stuff that it's unusable. I had to repaint a ton, right? Like I spent a lot of time repainting. This is almost the entirely digital. AI, except for all the lighting, everything else, like the coloring, like I recolored it. I modified like the a lot of the highlights, the bounce lights, the lighting, the effects on them, the shadows. The shadows are completely different than from the there's a lot that so it was like it's photo bashing. I photo bashed the snot out of this painting. This explosion, for example, I scribbled an explosion, then I fed it into the AI thing, and then it gave me an explosion that I thought worked, and then I just repainted over it so that it looked less, it had less AI jank, like AI jank, like that's what I would call it. Also, it got cut off like somewhere around here. Like it didn't go all the way. So I had to paint more of it. All these explosions, I put like all the lighting, all this stuff, like this character here. The way that the AI gave me this character, like there was some weird glowing thing on the wings for some, like it was just wrong, like it was completely. So I had to repaint like a giant chunk of the wings. This was like a combination of 3 or 4 images. I had to repaint like a lot of this stuff, like the hands. Every single hand had to be repainted. All these tentacles needed to be modified and adjusted and changed. This guy had huge modifications to him. The one thing that was completely AI that I didn't even touch was this dragon. Like I scribbled a dragon, then it gave me a goofy looking dragon. Then I zoomed into it, and then I gave it back to the AI, and it gave me a dragon that I was like, good, fine, I'm done. It looks fine. Like, and I just didn't want to deal like with painting a dragon. It would just take too long. Good enough, right? Like that. So, like everything, it was just a combination of a ton of stuff. So all of this stuff is just a combination of me painting from scratch, photos, AI, photo bashing, adjusting, just like, so it was everything. Like I threw everything at it so that I could get it done as fast as possible. And I have to say that it did save me so much time. It would have taken me way longer to have painted everything from scratch. I honestly think so. I mean, like, just it was easier to just fix what all the AI jank and all the screwy, messed up crap that the AI gave me. It was much easier to do that than to just start everything from absolute zero. This whole section had to be repainted. This whole bottom section needed to be, like, this whole thing right here, like I had to paint. I adjusted all of this stuff. This is all me down here. This hand is all me. This face, and then there's like little bits, like this little chunk right here of stuff, and the general costume is AI. This is all, most of his body is AI. Some of these tentacles are AI, but I fixed and adjusted and fixed them all up. All these hands are mine. I painted these hands myself. Like I fixed all these hands. This whole whatever's going on in here, that's all me. The hood is all fixed up by me. The color of this, it was totally different. Like even James was like, no, can you make this a black armor? And then I made it black. There was a lot of weird AI janky weird stuff that I ended up having to fix a lot of AI jank. I'm afraid that some of it may still be in there, which but like stuff like this whole thing, like there was like a lot of AI jank in here that I had to go in and adjust and fix. And so yeah, but in general it was fun, and but it took a long time. It took a long time. There was still a lot of painting to be done. So but I got it done. So it's finally finished. And you can if you're a silver patron, you're gonna get the file, the PSD file, so you could see what is my painting, what is a photo, what is an AI, what pieces are AI, how much of it, what did I mask off. You can see all the secrets. But that was the process to do this thing. And yeah, like all the lighting, like I needed to make sure that everything felt like it was all of a piece, everything had to feel like, and then on top of that I had to put a filter on everything so that it all looked it looked like it was all one value, one if I took the filter off, the colors would be fighting each other. So usually what happens when you're a painter, when you're doing a painting, like say you have the Zorn palette, because you have the Zorn palette, you only have like the 3 or 4 hues of the colors, and then so everything feels harmonized. That's the word I was looking for, harmony. It feels harmonized. Nothing is fighting itself. But when you're just using every color under the sun, what ends up happening is that a lot of the colors start clashing and fighting each other, and they don't feel harmonious. And so what you do in the digital painting is that you can take a layer, and then you can just put a single color on it, and then you have you create it into an overlay layer, adjustment layer, or something like that, like a screen layer or something like that, right? And then you lower the opacity just enough so that one hue is over every color, and by having that one hue over every color, it harmonizes the entire piece so that every color has that little bit of that one hue on everything, and it's like a glaze. And I discovered this accidentally myself in Italy when I was doing a painting of this area, and everything was really clashing. Like all my colors were clashing. They were all competing against each other, and it looked like a rainbow mess. And out of frustration, I started painting the sky, and I painted blue on, and then I just kept on going. I painted blue on everything. Like I put a light blue wash on the entire piece, and then the entire painting came together. Like it suddenly harmonized, and then it looked good. And I was like, oh. So then I've seen since other people do this sort of thing digitally, and then I'm like, okay, so the original didn't have, there's like a slight orange hue on everything that harmonizes the whole thing. So all right, and that is the everything. That is everything that the Patreon rewards. And that's the story behind everything. Oh, no. That I'm lying. There is one more thing. The Towers Alchemist storyboard that I am working on. So this is the work in progress. So I started working on it. So you get you're going to get the PDF, and you're going to get the storyboard file that I'm doing. I'm sending you the storyboard file, even though you may not be able to open it because you don't have Toon Boom, but just in case, you know. But here's my work in progress. This is how I start my boards. Just kind of putting down the shapes, and I have drawn those 2 drawings last month, right? So I decided might as well use them because that was the intent anyway. So these are the shots. So this is so far what I've come up with. This is what I was thumbnailing on my sketches, you know. Right now the scene numbers are all off, but this is, like I said, this is a work in progress. This is like the first pass before I start making everything work. So now we're starting the action. Ken gets up and shoots, you know. So there you go. So this is where I'm at right now. And then I just keep working on it, and eventually it's gonna all kind of look like this, like this final piece here. Like it's gonna end up having this kind of lighting and all this other stuff. But first I got to do the shots, and it's gonna be in motion. It's gonna be moving, and it's gonna have audio. So right now this is just the start. I just wanted to get the shots down. I'm not even timing them. I should, but I'm not. I just want to get the shots down. Once I get the shots down, I'll start working about the timing, start thinking about audio, all that stuff. But that's another thing that you're going to get. And because I did this is the work that I'm doing this month. Okay, so thank you so much for all your support all these years. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. I hope you have a good rest of the year, and I will talk to you next time. All right, bye. So I'm happy to announce that I now have a new drawing lesson called Drafu Guide to Sketching and Gesture Foundations. It's the beginning of the level 2 information that people have been asking me for the drawing website, which will teach you where to start drawing, what to draw when you draw, how to draw from observation, how to draw from imagination, how to draw what you envision, and how to discover what you ought to envision if you don't have anything specific in mind. So if you find any of this interesting, you could follow the link that you see, or you can go to thedrawingwebsite.com, look under level 2, and you'll find a link there.